Next up, the weapon that heralded the modern era of warfare by rethinking the idea of a handgun and bringing the joys of black powder to the masses. At number 7, the arquebus.
When I think arquebus, personally, I think changing the state of warfare. You had projectiles that could not be seen that were wounding and killing.
You wouldn't want to get hit by the bullet from one. At 50 yards, it will actually penetrate about 3 millimeters of steel plate.
Blasting its way to prominence in the Battle of Pavia in 1525, the arquebus became the benchmark for an entire species of guns, whose basic design persisted until the 19th century.
It is an important weapon system because it says goodbye to the knights of old and heralds in the new era that we probably associate better with the Industrial Revolution.
The greatest ever arranged to meet with medieval gunsmith Gary Bate and 2 of his clients to experience the arquebus in full effect.
The things that come out of the barrel, soft lead balls. These that come out of the end of the barrel, the muzzle velocity of about 1,000 feet per second. On impact would do incredible damage. They would just split into bits. You could be hitting the arm and still get a piece of lead in the heart or the lung.
Early guns were crude, fired from the waist and ignited like a firework.
I think we missed.
By comparison, the arquebus was a revolution. It provided a wooden stock, shaped to allow it to nestle in the shoulder, which now meant that you could aim the gun. There was also a simple trigger mechanism, the earliest of which was called a matchlock.
It's called a matchlock because it has a piece of burning match held in some jaws.
The match had to be slow burning to last for the duration of the average battle, about 3 hours.
The match was a particularly unsavoury piece of kit. To make this burn slowly, it was soaked in human urine.
It's the chemical compound saltpeter, found in urine, that gives the match its fizz. And saltpeter is one of the ingredients of black powder, the oomph behind the arquebus. But early gunpowder was not just powerful, it was notoriously unreliable and messy.
It's actually a horrible substance. It creates 300 times its own volume in a grey-white smoke, so it blots out whatever you're shooting at. And it leaves a terrible residue in the bore, which is called fouling. After 4 or 5 shots, the barrel is so choked up that you cannot physically ram a ball down into the breech. So what you have to do is produce a musket ball that is undersized. It's much smaller than the bore size.
And the undersized ball bounces about as it travels down the barrel.
And when it leaves the barrel, it could go there, or there, or there.
So the arquebus was definitely not a precision weapon.
They were designed for mass volley fire, and it was like firing a huge blast of shotgun balls down at the enemy. The first side that broke was the side that lost.
The greatest ever challenged Gary to demonstrate the penetrating power of his modern arquebus.
A 2-inch solid piece of English oak. Stand it up on here. I will stake the reputation of my guns and the reputation of my workmanship on the fact that with one shot I can put a hole clean through that board. I'm going to use a small wax candle. I've never done this before with a candle, but I'm certain this is going to work. Well, I hope it is. Right, let's have a look what we've got. It's certainly obliterated the thing. Look at that. We've even got the candle wick is impaled in solid oak. What more can I say? The devastating power of the arquebus, living proof.
The strength of the arquebus comes in volley shot. And for that, you need a lot of people and you need a lot of arquebuses. So, as an individual weapon system, it leaves a lot to be desired.
The arquebus was the father, mother, aunt and uncle of modern firearms, so it deserves its ranking at number 7. For the next